Mr. Franco is making a triangular cement slab and needs to set boards before he can pour the cement. He has already set 2 boards that are 5 feet and 8 feet in length. What is a reasonable range for the length of the 3rd board that Mr. Franco could set for this triangular cement slab? Okay, we know it's a triangle, and we know that one side is 5 feet and the other side is 8 feet, and we want to kind of make a guess for the 3rd side. So I don't know what kind of triangle it is, but one side is 5 and one side is 8, and we're looking for the 3rd side. So this actually could be over here, or it could be over here. We don't know. It could range in here, and we want to know, what is this length? Now, I've already set up a nice little picture. Here we have one side is 5 and one side is 8, and here's my 3rd side, and depending on how I move this, notice it's still 5 here and still 8. This gets shorter or it gets longer. We still have a triangle. So the shortest it could be would be over here. But we really don't have a triangle here. But notice, this part is 3, this part is 5, makes a total of 8. So we know it can't be any shorter than 3. And the longest, become clear over here. Again, we don't have a triangle, but we have 8 here and 5 here for a total of 13. So we know it's going to be somewhere between the 3 and the 13. So let's look at our answer choices. The 3rd board needs to be greater than 3. I agree with that. The 3rd board can be between 3 and 13. I agree with that. The 3rd board needs to be less than 13. I agree with that. And the 3rd board can be 3 feet or 13 foot in length. Now when we looked at our picture, 3 feet didn't make a triangle, and neither did 13. So that's out. And all of these can't be right. So let's narrow it down to the best answer. The 3rd board needs to be less than 13. And this is true unless it's also less than 3. We know it cannot be equal to 3, and it cannot be equal to 13. So we know it's going to be between 3 and 13. It's going to be less than 13. It's going to be greater than 3. Oops. Let's put an X in there instead. And we don't want them to be equal, because then we don't have a triangle. So less than 13 is true, but we need more restrictions than that. The 3rd board can be between 3 and 13, which still looks good. And the 3rd board needs to be greater than 3, and that's true, but it has to also be less than 13. So he's out, leaving this nice answer. We'll just look at our picture one more time. At 3, we don't have a triangle. Here we start getting larger up until we get to 13, where we don't have a triangle again. Make sure that you look at all of the answers.